What's up, guys? Welcome back to another reaction. Imagine there's an intro, and we're into Still Life. Oh.
I'm still alive.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I'm still alive. Yo, what? Oh, yeah. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. Okay, let's go. Now still alive, but I'm moving. Just live now, going forward. Yeah, 멈추지 않은 정물.
That's awesome.
나의 culture. Give me no name, cause I'm untitled. 계속 전시되는 내 삶. Yeah, 그래도 삶. 아직도 삶 과거는 가버렸고 미래는 모르는 두 갈래 길에서 숨 고르네 벗어나고 싶어 이 캠퍼스의 틀 어제와 내일이 내게 들인 그늘 난 그저 담담하게 live earth time 24/7 yeah baby I'm on time 난 그저 오늘을 살아 1분 1초마저 가진 처음을 다 걸어보신 no I'm still alive.
Oh, damn, RM. Hello.
Lock me in the frame, I'm moving. Yeah, I'm still alive. Life is better than the death. But I'm moving, just live now, go forward. Yeah, 멈추지 않은 정물. 또 비워 나의 culture. I'm still alive, but I'm moving, just live now, go forward. Yeah, 멈추지 않은 정물. Yo, I never stop, baby, let's get it now. Earth day's my day one, brother. Baby, 난 돈으로 시간을 벌어. 걔네 초롱은 듣지만 닉비 버려. 꼭 벌어지들 온라인에 목숨 걸어. Trendsetter, I'm a friend better. 시상해줄 정도의 공헌예로. 결국 네가 원하는 대로는 되지 않았지. 바른 걸 달리 너무 잘 살아내네 내 뜻대로. Living in 한남대로. Look at my 탄탄대로. 갈일이어서 이제 강남대로. 월세 밀린 너 빨리 당장 방 빼고. What a perfect song, look at your chain. Me better do it live, look at my style.
The Gangnam Boulevard, like, oh.
Hey, Paak, what's that? You doing know what I'm saying? I know what you're saying, bro. Shit happens in life, but you know what happens is what happens. Hey, it's gonna be what's gonna be, bro. You just gotta do your thing.
Damn.
I'm still alive.
Ah, that's pretty cool.
Y'all can lock me in the frame, I'm moving.
He's literally in the frame and he's moving. I mean, that's pretty fucking cool.
Life is better than the death, I'm proving. Yeah, I'm still alive, but I'm moving. Just live now, go forward. Yeah, 멈추지 않은 정물. 또 비워 나의 culture. I'm still alive, but I'm moving. Just live now, go forward. Yeah, 멈추지 않은 정물. Yo, I never stop, baby, let's get it now.
Damn, that was awesome. This kind of reminds me in a way of that meme of two people. There's an illustration of two people on a bus or a train. One looks into the greenery and is like, oh my God, life is beautiful. The other one is looking into like the darkness. There's mountains and shit and whatever. And it's like, oh, my life is so iffy. And it's almost like life is what you choose to make of it. Despite the girl spilling the water on his notepad, like it didn't make a dent in his happiness. Whereas for other people, they would make a scene from it. What you attract is basically what you will get in life. If you are constantly thinking about negative things and you're constantly in a bad place and you're like you invite what you think. It's kind of like one of the mindsets that I would think of with this music video. So there were mentions of Hanam Boulevard as well as Gangnam Boulevard. I have nothing to go to Gangnam. If your rent is due, leave that place immediately. What a poor flex. Han, look at your chain. He's basically kind of, I'm guessing with Gangnam and possibly Hanam being like rich areas / neighborhoods, it's like basically throwing shade at those who are flexing on the materialistic things. And this kind of reminds me of the fact that in Wildflower, he's basically wanting to live in that field of flowers. He no longer wants to be, he's a celebrity, he's an idol, but he doesn't want to live that life. He wants to be in peace. He wants to be in a flower field. He wants to be a flower work instead of a firework, not being surrounded by all of the noise and glamour and the chaos. And that to me kind of represents the fact that he doesn't, even though his name lives up to the status of that neighborhood, he doesn't want to live in that neighborhood. So to me, there might be a bit of a uh, connection to Wildflower. Also, the fact that like the entire music video, like the frozen um screen as he is saying, "I'm still alive," like I'm basically like still living, is one of the translations. As far as RM explains, still life means an inanimate object. As a non native English speaker, I interpreted the words as life goes on. Even though the picture is stationary in frame, it is still alive. I wanted to talk about life ongoing, moving away from fixed canvas. And the shot with him in the chorus saying, "I'm in a frame, but I'm still moving," as he's literally in that frame of the glass of the train and whatnot, was really, really cool. Some of the lyrics are him pretty much living life without being interrupted by the shadow that is cast over me by yesterday and tomorrow, my fears and doubts, darkness, and the fear of the future. I just calmly live every day, 24/7. Like I'm on time every minute because I'm just being me, and I'm not gonna let anything to kind of get to me or put me off my road that I am on. The lyrics, "You can lock me in the frame and life is better than death, I'll prove it." Like it's better to live than to live with thoughts of death. Like it actually kind of reminds me of a show with Ricky Gervais, Afterlife, as his wife died of cancer and he was very suicidal. And the only thing in that moment that kept him living was his dog, and then the experiences in his neighborhood and some of the people that he kind of met, and him kind of like appreciating life but still battling darkness. It kind of reminded me of that a little bit, but obviously this is a much more optimistic without, like, there's a little bit of sprinkling of not letting shit get to me and blooming once again my flower, which is literally like wildflower. Also, he kind of like talks to us, or also to himself, as far as, "Don't listen to the haters, it'll hurt your ears. It's always the fools putting their lives on the line for the online. If you listen to the haters, it'll eventually consume you. The more you focus on it, the more it'll fuck you up." And make sense of the fact that some people live for the thrill of hating you and just be negative, not just against you, but just being negative. Seeing another side of life, seeing that other side of the bus, for example, much like we talked about in that illustration. So in the end, I feel like the song is showing off a little bit more of his humility, while also kind of like throwing a little bit of shade on those who pretend to know the secret of life. Like literally, there's a lyric saying, trendsetter, I'm a friend, better. Getting sick of the go and getter. Turns out things didn't go the way you wanted. I'm living well, unlike the way you wished for it to be. I'm happy with being me while you are trying to fill your happiness with materialistic bullshit. Living in fancy neighborhoods, being surrounded by like, look at your chain. Much like he kind of like mocks the flex of those people that are empty of emotions and focus on the wrong things, and just focusing on living and being that flower, being that person in that flower field, instead of being like surrounded by the fireworks and the chaos of being like living a life of like a celebrity and someone that is just, I'm not gonna, I'm just gonna live my life the way that I see and the way that it makes me happy, and not focus on every little thing, like the lady that spilled the water on his notepad and whatnot, not focusing on such little things that for some people, those people who are like pretending to be so happy and yet the tiniest of things set them off. The lyrics almost like kind of like still life in a way also, as far as we were talking about it in the beginning, as far as it being like an inanimate object, if I'm not mistaken, is what I said. That was the meaning that RM talked about. Still life means an inanimate object, but also like some people are literally like the people that he's kind of like mocking or make throwing shade at, those same people that mock him, like the haters and those who flex on the wrong things. Those people are kind of like the inanimate objects because they focus on fucking inanimate objects, whereas he is still living. My life goes on, and you know, I'm evolving. I'm appreciating everything. I want to live life to the fullest, and I want to live life the way that I want to be happy with what makes me happy, and not what's supposed to make me happy based on other people's perception and whatnot, which is very appropriate to RM as a human being, BTS in general, as far as them being insanely humble and down to earth, and what you may think someone who is incredibly famous and basically like one of the biggest idols there is, what is your perception of them and how they are in real life. Like I talked about this many times. If I like met one of these guys on the street just passing by, I would not even have an inkling of a thought that this is like RM or Suga or like this is BTS, like, you know what I mean? And I also love the fact that he talks about, much like in Wildflower, I have no name. I think there was some of the lyrics. Now he says, give me no name because I'm untitled, whereas you are entitled. Some of the haters, some of the people that feel entitled. That's a really cool touch, possibly. My life is on display, still alive. To some people, I'm an inanimate object, basically, because I'm on display for everyone to see, for haters to take shots at. I'm basically like this doll, for example, on display in this glass casing that anyone can look and do whatever the fuck they want. Also, the past is gone and the future is unclear. It's very cool in contrast with the other lyrics, the shadow cast over me by yesterday and tomorrow, because I'm focusing on the past while being uncertain about the future, about tomorrow. But at the end of the day, I just live every minute and every second of today. Just live for the sake of living for yourself and not for anyone else. I catch my breath at a fork in the road. That's a really cool touch, because the phrase "a fork in the road." So, fork in the road is a junction in which one road becomes two divergent roads. A point where a choice, one of two possibilities, has to be taken. So when I am able to catch my breath in the midst of all of the chaos, the breath that I catch is the equivalent of the fork in the road where I can see another possibility and the road that I really want to take. Do I want to please everyone else? Do I want to live a life that is going to leave me unfulfilled, or I want to fulfill myself rather than please everyone else? So yeah, that's a really cool cool touch. Took me a little bit of time to notice that, but this song was awesome. The lyrics were great, and shout out to Anderson Paak. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. I really enjoyed the song, and life is better than death. I'll prove it, and he's proven it basically with everything that we've seen, and it's also very inspiring. This song was awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If I made any sense, let me know in the comment section down below. If you want to add something else, feel free to drop some knowledge in the comments. And hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will catch you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.